Hey there, YouTube. This is Eric coming from Kansas again. So I came across this document in the last few days, last a day or two, from the Department of Energy, and a couple of days ago, or a few days ago, I put out a video where I talked about my thoughts on the recent power outages in Texas and other parts of the U.S. around Texas that are due to this recent cold spell, and then a lot of the power plants down there, conventional generation power plants, in addition to the wind turbines you hear about, have been uh, exposed to very low ambient temperatures and having lots of freezing problems, which definitely happened down there. But I came across this document here, and I wanted to just go over a few highlights of it here. I tried to read through it all here on a video and couldn't quite get through it in less than 10 minutes. So I tried to just go over some highlights. So this is from the Department of Energy. And part of it, the first paragraph here says, I hereby determine that an emergency exists in Texas due to the shortage of electricity, a shortage of facilities for the generation of electrical energy, and other causes. That issue of this order will meet the emergency and serve the public interest. So they released it on February 14. I'll provide a link to this in the notes for this video here, so you can look it up for yourself and read through it. It doesn't take too long to read through. But so they talked about the beginning stages of a cold spell, and they were going to talk about, meeting the electrical demand during this cold spell to make sure that everybody had power. Obviously, that wasn't the case, as you probably heard. And so I'm going to go down to some highlights here that I thought were some highlights. So this paragraph here, last part of page 1, first part of page 2, according to ERCOT, measures taken by ERCOT and other state agencies may not provide sufficient rotating outages as much as 4,000 megawatts. Moreover, ERCOT has been alerted that numerous generating units will be unavailable to operate at full capacity without violating federal air quality or other permit limitations. By the way, ERCOT is the, let's see here, Electric Reliability Council of Texas. All right, so they are worried about, during this cold spell, plants meeting federal air quality or other permit limitations. So there's another paragraph here. Okay. Here it is. FPA Section 202C requires the Secretary of Energy to ensure that any 202C order may result in a conflict with a requirement of any environmental law be limited to the hours necessary to meet the emergency and serve the public interest, and to the maximum extent practicable. Be consistent with any applicable environmental law and may minimize any adverse environmental impacts. ERCOT anticipates that this order may result in exceedance of emissions of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, and mercury and carbon monoxide emissions, as well as wastewater release limits. To minimize adverse environmental impacts, this order limits operation of dispatch units to the times and within the parameters determined by ERCOT for reliability purposes. Okay, so to me, this whole thing seems a little, especially in light of the power going out for many people in Texas recently. It sounds like they were trying to keep the power on here, but they obviously did not. So something seems nefarious here. I have not seen any proof of, it may come out in the time after this point in time here in 2021 that there may be some emails flying around that bureaucrats within ERCOT here may have been telling generating units to not ramp up power or not turn on because of these environmental limits they're supposedly under, where they could have to save people from not having power. But I haven't seen any evidence of that. But just not with a lot of Texas not having power, and seeing this document just seems something is possibly nefarious here. I am not aware of any operating unit, coal, natural gas, or any other that has an air permit from the EPA. They're all designed to make their emissions at all ambient conditions. This where it talks about that they're worried about these coal, natural gas, and their operating units possibly not meeting their emissions at these cold temperatures. Well, I think that's a load of BS, honestly. They're designed for specific ambient conditions, but honestly, at the lower ambient conditions, you know, they can handle them if they go outside their bounds a little bit. And I'm not sure what the worry here is. Seems like this is something that could be due to I don't know, the recent administration getting us back into the Paris Climate Accord. I'm not sure, but yeah, all these power plants down in Texas and other parts of the U.S. around Texas, they can definitely meet their emissions at cold ambient conditions. So I don't see the reason for the worry here. Something just seems off and not right here with what they're trying to do. And obviously you've seen a lot of people not getting power in Texas down there, and a lot of it's thought to be because of frozen wind turbines, and I'm sure a lot of it was also because of other plants that had freezing problems due to instrumentation, you know, other coal, natural gas power plants. But I'm sure not all of them were affected in that manner. I'm sure a lot of them were available, but I guess we'll probably learn here more in the coming months and weeks and whatnot. But anyway, I thought I'd share this with you. That another little take on addition to the video I put out earlier this week or last week. And anyway, just an update on that. So I guess we'll find out what happens with this later on. But I want to share this with you since I wanted to, you know, share some videos on power plant industry trends and things like that on this channel as well. So anyway, let me know if you have any comments, other thoughts. But like I said, I'll put a link to this document in the notes for this video, and we'll see what happens. Bye for now.